We'll have the cat cam on here as well because, again, that's what truly matters. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our yellow Terran player, HonMonO. And his opponent in the upper left-hand corner, excuse me. Speaking from muscle memory there. Upper left-hand corner, we have Threepoint, the red Zerg. I haven't seen play in a regular tournament in a while. Apparently still enjoying the SC Evo, as I think many players are. Threepoint tends to be a fairly aggressive Zerg. It's like a pretty standard opening right now, but HonMonO also tends to be kind of an aggressive Terran, so I guess we'll see what happens here. Yeah, red versus yellow, pretty solid choices, honestly. Very easy to distinguish. I like yellow. I feel like yellow is an underutilized color. It doesn't look great with Protoss, I think. I feel like that's the big thing. With Terran and Zerg, the yellow looks really nice, but with Protoss, they're already pretty yellow, so it just kind of blends in. Hey, this should be a good match. I guess HonMonO isn't on Team Hyper 1 anymore, but Threepoint is? Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. I feel like these guys have played against each other a lot. May have been teammates for a while. HonMonO joined Streamer Zone. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Of course. Of course. I feel like Streamer Zone's got a lot of players in it right now. I feel like I'm getting some weird artifacting on here. Hopefully it looks alright for you guys. It might just be my monitor or something. Just feeling a little like screen tearing or something. Maybe I just need a new computer or new eyes. I can't imagine playing StarCraft on shrooms would be a good idea. Like watching it, probably okay, but playing it, I feel like it just wouldn't go well. Let's see, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the bracket, see if there's any walkovers. It doesn't look like it just yet. I think Dave Testa was covering Lemon versus Rebellion. I feel like he got into that one. Not 100% though. Oh, I haven't seen this skin in a while. The old tripod skin for the Hellion. But Lemon versus Rebellion goes into Raynor. This match, the winner will go into Hero. So, some solid ways to start off. This is also theoretically the closest match. Did the seeding as best as I could with Ligulac points. But HonMonO and Threepoint are seed 8 and 9. So, should be a good close match here. This one has it's got a health zone in this map. We'll see if that comes into play. Honestly, as the game goes longer, feels pretty likely that it will. Hellions coming in now, going to find the Lings on their own. And should be able to hop in here. Try to get some drone kills. They get a couple. Banshee coming in as well. Banshee does not have cloak yet, but oh, misclick there from HonMonO. Well, actually, maybe not, because he kills that queen. And now he's just going to be going for the drones. Banshee flies away, waiting until cloak is done. The Lings come in and clean that up. Only 4 dead drones. I feel like that could have gone better. Couple more Hellions are going to come in, try to make this a little bit of a better situation. Go up to 6, 7 drones. Oh, they get that 8th one before the last one goes down. He went for that queen when there were 5 drones stacked up on this gas, and I feel like he could have just one-shot all 5 of those, but getting the queen is nice as well. And still ended up getting 8 drones, which I feel like is decent. The Ling's coming in for a run by now. There are 4 Hellions here. However, a little bit of a slow micro on them. These Hellions are going to kind of struggle to deal with this run by. Turns out to be a very nice run by for Threepoint. There were Banshees at some point as well. Okay, there are the Banshees. They decided to come back and help out. Only 1 Hellion survives. But HonMonO is going into multiple factories. Is that something Threepoint was able to scout? Doesn't quite look like it. We barely didn't see these extra factories. Although I imagine if they've played each other recently, he might know HonMonO enjoys doing this. This is a very fast 3rd CC for HonMonO, so it's floating over now. There's already a 4th CC nearly done. And there's 2 more factories. Getting the Hellion count down, though, is actually really nice here for Threepoint. Because, sure, there's 5 more Hellions out, but this could be 9 Hellions right now. Or I guess it'd be 8 Hellions, because 3 more died. Not to mention the few that died getting sent across the map. So, HonMonO's Hellion count not super strong. And it looks like Threepoint is going into melee upgrades. So, 1-1 is nearly complete here, but it's going to be very Ling heavy. 7 queens out right now. Feel like Threepoint's going to need more than that. Good transfuse on that queen there. It does look like it's probably going to be Hyperflight Rotor Banshees as well. And these Lings just get on in. Blue Flame isn't done yet. They're going to kill some of these Hellions. Queen will fall. Uh-oh. Lings probably need to get back to that Spore Crawler. Hydra's on the way out now, and that's going to be a real key here for Threepoint, who's getting a fantastic run by. Threepoint not walling this off quite yet. Dropping 2 more command centers. That feels insane to me. But you know what? Those supplies are very even right now. The Hydras aren't really out in numbers yet. Their upgrades aren't quite done yet. Roach Speed is on the way as well, and a few Infestors trying to come out. But it all feels a little bit not quite ready yet as this army comes in here. Blue Flame is now done. The Banshee's helping clear up some of these units as well. But still, Threepoint pushing that back. 67 drones here, so not the biggest economy in the world on these 4 bases. Wouldn't hate to see a few more drones coming in. We do see some more in the production tab now. HonMonO could maybe go utilize this healing zone, heal up some of these units, but instead going to spend the resources on the SCVs, and it kind of makes sense. If they're out here on the map, then they're not helping to protect the base, right? So yeah, that's pretty true, Senju. He's like, oh man, he's over here making noise again. Honestly, I think he likes it, though. Look at him. All curled up, sleeping. Adorable. We didn't get those Hyperflight Rotors yet for HonMonO. Would have loved to see those. Actually, you need a fusion core for that, right? I feel like you need a fusion core. I could be wrong. I kind of don't remember anymore. It's been so long since I've seen it. Banshee speed is just so fun. These Banshee's looking for something here. Looks like they get a few drones, but can't stick around too long. I'm not sure what OU means, Timmy. I have no idea. To be completely honest with you, I have no clue. I don't know if anybody's covering that. Oh, over under. I see. Over under. I'm going to go with 17 minutes total from the start of the first game, and most of that is just going to be loading up maps and getting into them, and Beyond just kind of chilling. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I feel like it's going to be 17 minutes total, which means it'd be done pretty soon. It might be done already, though. 17 minutes is honestly a long time. That's me assuming Beyond just plays kind of a macro 2-base aggression game. He could just cheese him, but I feel like Beyond's gonna want to like get those macro muscles going. So he's just gonna have like a fast CC game. Oh yeah, so there is a cyclone bug. I don't really know what the cyclone bug is. It shoots extra fast, right? Oh, there are lurkers here. It doesn't seem like HonMonO cares. Same time, we got roaches hitting across the map. That's a planetary, though. This isn't quite a planetary yet, but it's almost there. Last lurker goes down, but then 5 more show up over here as well. These roaches need to maybe be sent somewhere else. I'm not sure HonMonO's going to mind too much. These will get cleared up in a little bit. But it looks like HonMonO has gone back. He's left this base. He did get a base kill, but it is still 4 bases to 5. As the Cyclones clear up those last few roaches. Worker count is very similar here. I do feel like there is a point when the Cyclone army can start to struggle unless you have other units in there. Seal Pub, thank you for the resub. Also, Senju and Ragnarok had resubscribed earlier, and I didn't say thank you. So thank you both very much, ever so kindly, for those resubscriptions. It's like 1.2 seconds faster than it's supposed to be. Oh, the lock-on cooldown. Right. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was something like that, but that is pretty important. That is pretty important. That lock-on is supposed to have a bit of a cooldown. But we've got Vipers out now, as well as there were some infestors earlier. Looks like the infestors are hanging out, not anywhere near these. So the Cyclones need to be very careful of those things as we see some yoinks coming in. And without any ghosts nearby to help deal with these Vipers, without the tanks here just yet, I say as they show up, tanks really help deal with the infestors, but a fungal is still pretty brutal on these Cyclones, especially if they can get chained once or twice. The Hydras will just decimate them. The Cyclones really need to retreat. Cyclones are a lot like Blink Stalkers. Yeah. They need to be able to run away. Oof. Tanks are here now, though. Oh, yes, please. There is a match arena. Please use those match arena codes. I would appreciate it. I don't know if I like actually taking those rocks down right now. I feel like I guess it's probably good for HonMonO. I just feel like with siege tanks, you kind of want them to be bunched up. Oh, you know what? There's minerals heal. Okay, never mind. I get it now. I get it. I see the vision. Looks like we got a bit of a run by coming through. And you know what? This base is not a planetary. I think that's a wise choice. Oh, those tanks are so far forward and they can't see anything. There's quite a bit of energy on these Vipers. They're just going to keep on yoinking things forward here. Viking count is not very high, and suddenly HonMonO's not feeling so good about this position. He's going to back up. That looks like he spotted this run by before it really caused any damage, and we'll just clear it up. I'm not seeing Adrenal here. There's +1 melee. No follow-up melee upgrades, though, and no Adrenal, and I feel like the lack of Adrenal is very painful if you're trying to do Ling run-bys. Like, Adrenal Lings might just kill those tanks. I don't know, dude. They're pretty good. Oh, bit of an awkward situation here. HonMonO realizes it, and he's going to turn around, but he keeps sending the Cyclones this way. Oh, okay, it's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. He wants to just bring the siege tanks back to deal with this. Oh, he's going to try to gun down The planetary, he will get it. At the same time, the Cyclone's coming up here before all this static defense is ready. And that is going to be a dead base. Static defense buying some time, though. This 3-point tries to crack in here, but he decides to pull back. The planetary, the siege tanks, a little too much for him. He's going to go deal with the Cyclone Force. Scan-C is a very scary set of units here. Oh, those Hydras popping, actually. Kind of sick. Speed zones making things a bit awkward. Oh, Widowmine gets a nice connection. We've got yoinks all over the place, though. The Hydras can barely DPS fast enough. As the last few Cyclones start running away, we do have Yamato on the way here for HonMonO, so he's heading towards Sky Terran, it seems. Maybe thinking about getting into some battle cruisers. Would love to see some battle cruisers. This turned out to be a good match to start out with. Big ol' long TVZ. Patches versus Beyond is done. So we are 21 minutes after the start of this bracket. And you know what? They did not start right away. Ooh. Oh, HonMonO pushing out here. Gets a couple of little tank shots. He wants to put some pressure on. This is really annoying from 3-point. And get a couple lurkers in some annoying places. HonMonO gonna try to take this base, perhaps? Doesn't have a ton of options right now. He is pushing out. It doesn't look like 3-point is really ready for him here. His units are all on the other side looking for this army. He's coming in now, but the siege tanks are pretty well set up here. They are a little bit clumped in the back, though. Some blinding clouds could be huge. Three battle cruisers on the way. It's a bit awkward for HonMonO, though. He's got to be careful not to lose too much while he's building up battle cruisers. Losing a lot of those Vikings. Can that lurker actually get this kill? Oh, there's no detection. I think that lurker's going to finish this off. Yeah, down goes the planetary. Good job, lurker. Ooh, Widowmine gets a big old connection there. And a couple of those Vipers do go down. Still 5 of them in the sky, though. Still a couple of Infestors left as well. Ooh, nice lunge forward there on the Hydras. Going to pick off a couple more Cyclones. VCs did reveal themselves here. At least the first one did. 3-point going to drop down a Nidus Worm. And a Spire now that he knows for sure there's BCs. And he's going to try to break this. Drops a couple of blinding clouds. Lurker dies before it can get set up. But again, those clumped siege tanks in the back, making this cleanup really, really nice for 3-point. As he gets a big surround. Oh, his battle crews are not doing so hot either. I don't think Neural exists right now. I don't think these BCs should be here, man. They got to be real careful. There's not a lot of static defense at this base anymore, but there are Vipers. And he's just going to yoink that one in, and that's just a dead BC. Yamato gets off. Oh, man, that got away. 1 hit point. How, man? How? That's insane, actually. Okay. However, he still lost to BC. He's got to repair both of these up. The BC count is not super high. I think most importantly, he lost all those siege tanks. But I guess that's not important because he still has 11. I mean, it's important. He lost all the siege tanks. He lost all of the Cyclones. Supply is 60 in favor, 70 in favor now of 3-point. This base is back up and running. This one is on the way. 3-point is still mining pretty well here. It looks like about 3 base mining on 60 drones. HonMonO's mining is back up, but I do feel like he's going to need another base. Maybe not. I mean, honestly, there's a decent amount of mineral patches still, even at this base. I feel like he's kind of chilling for right now. Nidus Worm's trying to come in. But now while the BCs are away, the Hydras are going to come into play. And those tanks are not sieged up. Oh, man, the Blinding Clouds are going to be juicy here. Good Blinding Clouds. Hellbat's going to morph to help out against these Hydras. The Hydras are just going to go ahead and run away. Trading Hydras for things like siege tanks is honestly pretty decent here for 3-point. Those lurkers are a little late to the party, though, so they're not going to get too much done. All right, B. Corruptors now on the way. Try to help out these Hydras against the BCs. Double yoink there will kill that battle cruiser. One hit point is all you need. That's true. That's big true. Man, this game's a banger. We're 22 minutes in. Almost the entire rest of the bracket is done. Which is... I mean, the entire rest of this round, I should say. All those best of threes are done. We're not even past game 1 yet. This could be a 3-game series, guys. We did expect this one to be quite good, though. HonMonO and Threepoint are really quite evenly matched. Oh my god, it's a ghost in the production tab coming out of the one barracks. You know what? Honestly, I genuinely like this. A couple more barracks on the way to help out, but I mean, I think this was a getting into ghosts, obviously a great idea, but just start with that one Rax, you know? You got it from earlier, you might as well do it. I hear a couple of snipes going off. It's a couple more dead Vipers. 11 have died this game. That's pretty huge. Resources lost is very even, though, and considering the income has largely been better for 3-point, that is why we see the supply differential we're seeing right now. Oh, I don't know if I like that for these ghosts, but get out of there. Ghosts add an extra element that make this really, really annoying to deal with. That being said, I wouldn't hate to see a couple Brutal Lords here for 3-point. Such a high tank count. Brutes could be a nice way to help deal with, keep some of these units back. Obviously, things like BCs and Ghosts can deal with them quite well, but since he has the Corruptors, you know? Well, that Nidus Worm, though, really helping out 3-point here as he's going to jump out of the Nidus, go work on this base a little bit, and then he can just pull back. He can get these units back in the Nidus. The Vipers have to fly away, though. The Lurker's actually going to come out and try to help out here. Oh, we got yoinks, but we've got snipes going down as well. BCs will be able to teleport out of there, but they can only do that once for a little while. That cooldown is still in effect, so they got to be real careful as the Corruptors made it their way over now as well. Nidus Worm gets those boys out of there real quick. Ghost count getting pretty high. I do like the idea of Nidus Worms kind of just going around. 3-point finally trying to take this base. Threepoint, I feel like he's got to kind of keep the pressure on. I mean, at the very least, he needs to make sure that he's trading decently efficiently, but mostly making sure HonMonO doesn't take any more bases. Having the Nidus Worm here is really, really important. I would love to see him honestly put one down like here also. Just try to keep these bases as annoying for HonMonO to take as possible. Because HonMonO's going to need a new base soon. We're seeing these minerals mine out. These gases starting to mine out. Yep, natural is completely gone. He kind of desperately needs a new base. He's not going to be able to I think he can hit max on the base he has, the bases he has, but I don't think he can hold it for very long. So 3-point, there's the 10 Broodlords on the way. Although now with 10 ghosts out, it's a little bit scarier. Oh my god. Oh my god, the ghosts are just coming in. Damn, HonMonO is crazy with these ghosts, dude. He's just walking forward. Just walks into the map with the ghosts alone. But I guess with no like lings out or anything, you don't really have to be too worried about them. Oh, yeah, those Hydras not really gonna get much done here. Quite a few broods in the sky. HonMonO is moving out here. I'm trying to put some pressure onto the map. I mean, he's nearly maxed. I cannot blame him. The Hydras are nowhere nearby. The Lurkers are out there alone. Really nice fungal on those ghosts. And the Broodlords are putting in work. A lot of these Hellbats have gone down already, and the tanks are not really going to help against the Broodlings. I don't think that was worth it at all for HonMonO. He got some Lurker kills, which is nice. The problem is 3-point has a ton of minerals. And there's Lings coming out now. Adrenal was still never gotten, though. +2 melee was at least, so these are 2-3 Lings. But, like, Adrenal, man, that should be... Listen, when high finishes, Adrenal should be your first order of business. It's just so good. It's so good. Ah, these Lings just kill all this if they have Adrenal. They might be able to do it anyways. We'll see it. The tanks are definitely going down. I do think this base gets up, though. Which means these Lings should probably just run away. Looks like they're going to kill quite a few of the SCVs, at the very least. Yeah, 10 workers and a mule or two going down. HonMonO only at 29 workers, and yeah, mules can be very good. But he also needs scans. He needs to make sure he's got a bank of scans. I guess 6 orbitals will probably keep him good. This base is still a bit of a problem for HonMonO, though. Not clearing that is a bit unfortunate. Falcon Paladin, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Hope you had a lovely stream. Welcome in, Falcon Paladin viewers. We're in the first game of the tournament here. At least on this stream. There's a lot of other good possible games going on right now. I know Dave Testa is casting in English. I don't think we have the Ducklings or Steadfast casting tonight, though, unfortunately. But there are some other streams going on. Anki is casting in Spanish. Into the Inu is casting in Korean. And Kanoya is casting in French. I don't know what games they're casting. A lot of good games, though. Going on in this bracket right now. The winner of this match will face off against Hero. But it's going to be a little bit before then because we got a lot of game left. Oh, Corrupt is coming in now. There are SCVs here for the repair, though. And SCV repair is pretty good, man. Yeah. This guy's got to get out of there. So far, I feel like 3-point has been ahead pretty much just this entire game. However, HonMonO's made some really nice moves. Oh, but maybe the ghosts. Okay, never mind. That was not nearly enough Lings. I was going to say maybe they went too far out. He keeps sending these ghosts out kind of on their own, but with the Medivacs and just against a small amount of Lings, they'll be okay. 3-point is kind of just throwing away these Lings. And again, no Adrenal is just so noticeable here. Oh, no, he's got it now. Okay. I was going to say that tank actually did die, so. Adrenal pretty good. Let's see, resources lost. Now pretty heavily in favor of HonMonO as he's gotten those ghosts out. The BCs, I feel like, have been quite cost efficient. He is going to have to teleport on out of here, though. as the Lings get cleared up. Threepoint trying to take that base. That is not going to happen, but he really has to make sure HonMonO doesn't get this base. This base is huge. Threepoint doesn't have a ton of mining left. Like, this base is getting pretty low. This one's still pretty solid. Honestly, this one's got a lot more than I expected. He must not have had a lot of drones on that one, but gases are also starting to get a little low, and that's where he's really hurting for money right now. That's why he's mostly focused on the gas over here. However, the Broodlord fleet is coming in. There are 16 Broodlords. Ooh, it's so many snipes going down, but some big hits on the fungals as well. Threepoint says, screw it, I'm going in. My computer is really struggling to handle this right now, unfortunately. Oh, the Infestor's running a bit far forward. Kind of feels like Threepoint has broken him, though. The BC's come in a little late to the party, and the Corruptor count is still very high. And there are still 6 broods here. Not a huge amount of broods. But Threepoint's got the money to at least replenish this with pure Ling, which I think will be enough to close this out. The Lings are getting into the base now. There's just not going to be enough here coming out to hold this off. It looks like Threepoint has broken HonMonO, and we'll be able to finally take game number 1. Average 3-point versus main mono late game. I suppose so. I don't think I've ever seen these guys play each other. Somehow. This is an average GG timing for HonMonO, though, for sure. I actually feel like HonMonO was making up ground there for a while. GG. I do feel like HonMonO was making up ground there for a while. He just needed to be able to take another base. But I feel like Threepoint correctly assumed that a big attack like that would actually be better for him than for HonMonO. And because he hadn't really done that in a while, he was absolutely right. That's right, I forgot that I have the cat completely in front of my face. Here, we'll just do this. I can be like Wilson from Home Improvement. You guys, anybody here watch Home Improvement? Wilson, the neighbors send you, you remember. That's honestly incredible. You are not the person I would have expected to remember. Kill credit's a boomer. That makes sense. That makes sense. I watched like reruns when I was a kid, you know. But all right, we got game number 2. The rest of the bracket's looking good. Did Percival and Smile play? I hope so. All right, let's get into the game here. Hoping this game goes a little better. I don't know, my frame rate is low. It's like super low. My FPS is 40 right now. What? Why is this? All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. It's terrible. I am confused. I am genuinely confused. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really know. I really have no reason for it to be so low, honestly. But, you know, that's just how it's going to be. Yeah, the cat cam is fine. Cat cam's chilling. For some reason, though, my StarCraft FPS is really low. Sorry about that. That was really noticeable at the end of last game, so maybe this will be a shorter game. We'll see. As we get into game 2 here on Tokamak, spawning in the lower left-hand corner, we've got HonMonO. And it's spawned in the upper right-hand corner. It is Threepoint with some early lings and an early ling speed. Marine's going to push this Overlord out, but they're going to get that, actually. That's really annoying for Threepoint, who is now supply blocked. The Lings are not going to make it in. HonMonO has fully walled himself in here with a few Marines, so... Did HonMonO scout? No, he didn't. Okay. He's just chilling, just a Marine opener. He's going to see these Lings and possibly be confused. That being said, again, these guys know each other. He might just know that Threepoint likes to do this kind of stuff. And, I mean, I knew that. I said at the start of last game, Threepoint tends to be an aggressive Zerg. This is the kind of stuff I meant. This is stuff I expect to see from him. And now Ling Speed is done, and there's really just no cracking in here. Like, there's no way. He's got to be really careful. There's a Widow Mine on top of this ramp. And so Threepoint does have map control right now, but it's oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, so HonMonO is 1-1-1-ing. Okay, honestly, this is the kind of game I expected between these two. It is incredible. Threepoint going for a fast Ling speed on a pull first. HonMonO is 1-1-1-ing, building a fusion core. He does have a CC on the way, but I mean, this is a battle cruiser build. So he's got a BC coming while he puts some pressure on. Some very annoying to deal with pressure, actually. Great hot pickup there. Only loses one Marine. Threepoint trying to just keep this away, but Marine's getting healed up here. Except that guy doesn't get healed up. Okay, with only 3 Marines, this is getting a little bit less scary. There are some queens around. There's actually 5 queens here. If they could be in the fight at all, the fight would end very quickly. Oh, no, but these Lings, I feel like these Lings were supposed to be out on the map, keeping an eye on things, and now they're not keeping an eye on anything, which is going to be very important. It does kind of feel like Threepoint knows that this is some sort of a cheeky build behind it, though. I don't know. Ling's coming over to see what's going on over here. Doesn't look like they're really going to get anything done, though. See that the base is coming down. BC does get pushed away. Doesn't really get too much done, although it is going to get that drone kill. 4 drones have gone down. I mean, it's been very nice trade so far for HonMonO. Obviously, his base is a lot later than he'd like it, but the same can be said of his 3rd base. Really, all things considered, I kind of like this opening for HonMonO right now. He's going to get even more damage done. I don't think he's quite going to be able to get this hatch down as the queens are on the way. But that being said, hold on. Hold the phone. 2nd BC is here. And this base can't be transfused. The BCs could actually just go for this base. They're going for the queens, which might be the right call. As it turns out, BCs are pretty good. Oh, man, and they are just crushing these queens. 4 more queens show up. But they're going to be able to clear up some of this creep. Can they still get this base? It can't be transfused. And they're going to get it. There's the cancel. At the very least, Threepoint gets to cancel. But he's going to drop some mules and go for the repair in the main base. This is actually out of vision. So Threepoint doesn't quite know that the BCs are still chilling right there. Oh, man. He doesn't have the lings to just go kill these mules either. That's just free healing right now. I mean, it's not really free, but... Oh, Yamato is done. That's 2 more dead queens immediately. Spire is nearly done. But not quite yet. The mules will get killed. But another queen falls as the corruptors start up. I do think HonMonO should probably get this out of there pretty soon. The corruptors are on the way. He doesn't want it super low when they pop, because otherwise they can just kind of run across the map and get some damage done. But it feels like HonMonO, he's in such a good spot right now. He's got a 3rd CC already done. He doesn't really have any ground army to speak of, which is maybe a problem here. He hasn't really been producing anything, which is why he has the money to drop down 2 CCs at the same time. Oh, Hellions gonna get it. Oh my god, these Hellions get 9 drone kills. Oh no. Oh, these Hellions took advantage of the fact that it was like all the queens died and only corruptors were coming out. 14 drones going down. This was a bad spot for Threepoint. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a bad spot for him, but there was a chance, and I kind of feel like that just killed his chances. Now he barely has any lings out. Worker count is super low. His corruptor count, like, this doesn't actually beat 3 BCs, right? I'm pretty sure. Yamato is available on all 3 of them. Yeah, and there's the dead corruptors. HonMonO can just get on out of here with any of these BCs when they get low. Oh, he's going to go for the queen. No queens also means like little to no injects. Oh, but a little late on that teleport. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. BCs are not cheap. It unfortunately doesn't equalize the massive resources lost gap. But it gives a breath of hope to Threepoint. The problem is it's still a corruptor army against what is now 6 cyclones. Honestly, you mix in like 4 Hellions and lings just aren't going to cut it. There are some roaches coming out, but the queen count constantly knocked down, and now just 2 queens. Threepoint's just not going to have any army that can deal with this. HonMonO is going to be able to clear up all of this creep. Well, Threepoint coming in here. There's not a lot that shoots up. Oh, he's going to go ahead and just lift it and pull it away. It's not going to work, though. How many corruptors will get taken down for this, though? That's 3 corruptors. You know, I kind of feel like that's not worth it, actually. Oh, it's going to be more corruptors. He's trying to get away with there's too many cyclones. Every single corruptor goes down for that. And suddenly, the 2 BCs with another one being built now is feeling like a real problem for the Roach Ling army of Threepoint. Yeah, the BC is going to come over. Looks like the Cyclones are trying to move to the other direction, but I kind of feel like they could have just come in with the BCs. The Threepoint just can't do anything against this right now. There are 8 corruptors on the way. Okay, please kill the space. There we go. Quite a few lings and roaches here, though. But not enough. GG gets called. And HonMonO will clean up game number 2. Felt like a great game for HonMonO. And it sure was. It sure was a great game for him. GG. Now we have a game 3. Okay, it looks like Percival versus Smile was just a close match. Dang. Percival ends up taking him out 2-1. GG. TVT. Also, Smile, though. Smile taking a game off of Percival. Hell yeah, we love to see it. Well, we're going to get into game 3. Looks like Beyond is playing Percival right now. Well, they're getting into games soon. Rainer is playing against Lemon. Look at that little face. Look at that little face. Adorable. You're so cute. Just love that little guy. All right, let's get into game number 3. Been a banger so far. Hopefully it will continue as we're on Pylon for game 3. And spawning in the upper left-hand corner, it is HonMonO. And his opponent in the lower right, the Red Zerg. It's Threepoint. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to work on my OBS to get it to be using less juice or something. I'm surprised that the FPS is so low, though. I don't really know why. I don't really know why that would be. Well, thankfully it wasn't too big of a deal last game, so maybe we'll have another relatively quick game. Although I'm looking at this map and I feel like it's a good macro map. I have a quick CC here from HonMonO. It's pretty standard opening so far from Threepoint, from what I can gather. Looking more like a game 1 scenario than a game 2 scenario. And it's pretty nice. It looks like everybody showed up for this one. We don't have any walkovers. Everybody seems to be playing. Classic is already waiting in the semifinals. He's going to be waiting there a while because we're in game 3 of this one. And then Hero plays the winner. And the winner of that faces Classic. Quick third CC once again. This is feeling very similar to game 1, I feel like, from HonMonO. So I'm expecting more battle mech out of him. Again, with the Cyclone being broken right now. Guess it's not too surprising. even without that, battle mech, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Would be nice if they could fix that. Ooh. Reaper goes down, but it's going to be 2 dead creep tumors for the price of 1 Reaper. I think it's worth it. Cloak Banshee's coming out as well. Ooh, but the Ling's going to sneak in. A couple Hellions are here, but only 2. And one little Marine is going to do his best to buy some time for these guys. The Banshee gets out, but the Banshee not the quickest at killing Lings. It's going to be a good amount of death here. 6 SCVs falling. Looks like the Hellions at the other side were pushed away by the Queens as well, so they're going to come back tail between legs. A little bit late to help. So it feels like Threepoint's in a better spot at this stage of the game than he was in game 1. And in fact, he has decided he doesn't want to sit here and take that abuse that he took in the early phases of game 1, actually. HonMonO, I think, did pretty well, getting drone kills and the like. Threepoint says, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. But the first Nidus, oh no, it does get up, and the Queens get the transfuses, but they don't actually get it. They don't keep it alive. The transfuses aren't enough, and only the Queens get out. There are a few Lings hitting in the natural at the same time, but that's not enough. The Queens are going to fall. The next Nidus comes down, but a little bit late. Threepoint didn't have the gas for it, and all of these Lings are waiting to get out, but without any Queens, they're not really going to be able to do it. Down they go. And HonMonO stays in a pretty good spot here. Let's take a look at the resources lost. Definitely in favor of the Terran. Now, Threepoint did drone up during that, but losing 7 Queens is huge. Not being able to get those Lings out is pretty massive. I'm honestly very surprised that the transfuses weren't enough. I don't know if he missed transfuses or maybe just ran out of energy. I'm a little surprised the DPS was high enough to take that down through the transfuses. And I think Threepoint might have been a little surprised by that as well. New Nidus Worm going down, and the units have all left. They're coming back. I actually feel like there's nothing in this Nidus Worm. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing in there. It does keep the Banshees and the Hellions back at home, though, which buys a little more time for Threepoint. Start working on this Spire and get some more static defense up, maybe. A couple more spores on the way. But here come the Cyclones. Magfield Accelerator started up. I didn't think I was going to remember the name of that upgrade, but, you know, it was still in there. Even though I feel like I haven't seen it in a while. Ooh, not a lot of transfuse energy on these Queens. One of them goes down, but Banshee goes down as well. Ling's going to come in now. That is not a wall. The Hellions are close by, but not quite here. So that's 4 dead SCVs very quickly, and the Lings get in. I love that HonMonO closed the supply depot. A couple more Lings, or a couple more SCVs going down. Some more lost mining time. Good focus fire there from Threepoint. Gets up to 7 dead SCVs. But again, mostly just pulling these units back. Anytime these units aren't out, putting pressure on, killing drones or creep tumors, or just trading nicely with Lings, it's all very good time for Threepoint. So trading some Lings for SCVs and forcing that army of HonMonO back home off of his side of the map is really nice. Because then even if it came right back out, that's another 30 seconds, really, before it's putting the pressure on. Queens are here, but there's not a lot to help these queens and lings out right now because mutas are on the other side of the map. And this is quite a few mutas already out here. One of them does go down. These cyclones are not too bad against the mutas, but they are getting so many kills. That's 22 SCV kills. They've already done a great job. Oh, wow, that lock-on is huge. I feel like for a while it was shorter, but they've made it longer again, and I get surprised by it. But the muta count is just it's just growing. Back up to 10 already, still 6 in production here, plus 1 is on the way. And Threepoint is sitting in a great spot right now, 69 to 29 workers. HonMonO has this third base. This third CC has been done for like 5 minutes, but it's only just now starting to mine, and he doesn't have the SCV count to mine from 3 bases. Honestly, I kind of don't like that he dropped the mules up in the main, because now it's going to mine out that main super quick. But I don't know that it really makes any difference at this point. He's trying to get that SCV count up. I don't really like that these mutas are out here alone. I feel like they need the lings with them. Or at least they need the lings also trying to do something. But here come the mutas and the lings. They're going to just go for it. All those lock-ons getting used on the lings. Not a lot of Hellions here. The mutas getting on top of the Cyclones. Widow Mines, though. Oh, the Widow Mines switch here is actually pretty massive. But I don't think it's massive enough. GG. Threepoint is going to get the victory in this best of 3. The mutas closing it out. The surprise mutas there. There were some turrets, but it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. GG. Threepoint doing a great job in that game, despite the Nidus not working.